Put your name on your paper. Make sure that you have it at the top where it says NAME, name, neatly written. Here you have your 3 words. What you need to do is stretch your arms so that you can practice the sounds of t, at, s, at, at. Once you practice those sounds, here, those sounds are now words. Here is tap, tap the drum. So you're going to trace over here and rewrite the word here again neatly using all 3 lines, just as they have it here. You have sat. She sat in the chair. Trace over the word and write the word here. Complete this worksheet, and then after completing this worksheet, you're going to peel it back and put your name on the top of the next worksheet. Pause if you need to. Color it after you have completed all 3 words. Be on the back of the paper that you just completed. Here you have shapes. What I would like for you to do is trace around the shapes. Talk about the shapes. Here you have a rectangle door. It's longer than a square. Here you have a circle with triangles on the end to make a sun. Trace over these shapes. Color them with your crayons for all 3 questions. Trace over the shapes. Talk about the shapes. You should see rectangles. You should see triangles. You should see circles. And you should see squares. Once you're done, you want to flip your packet over. Now you have your book. Ms. Jones is showing you the front of your book. So what you're going to have to do is find the page that looks like this. And I apologize that it's sideways. But it says, "We like." And here you have an exclamation mark. We haven't talked much about the exclamation mark, but the exclamation mark shows excitement. So I should read this as "we like" because it has a lot of excitement, and the author would like for us to read it with a lot of excitement. So what you're going to do for this page is read the sentences that are at the bottom using your pointer finger. And then you're going to find page 2. This is page 1. Then you'll find page 2. And I need you to find page 3 and find page 4. But I need you to read each sentence. And I'll read the first one for you. I like the square. I like the square. And there's my exclamation mark. What I would like for you to do after you finish reading the entire story about what we like, I would like for you to go back and circle the exclamation marks for each one of the sentences. It's not a period, it's an exclamation mark. It's not a question because they're not asking us a question, but what they want us to do is read this with excitement. I like the square. So I should hear you reading with excitement because it has an exclamation mark here. And then once you're done coloring, I should see circles around all of your exclamation marks. If you see exclamation marks, please circle them. Okay, on this page you should see a pen. Don't forget to put your name at the top of this paper. You should see an apple. Please pause if you are not on the page that's showing on your screen. Let me read the directions to you. Here we're talking about category words of shapes. We're going to tell about each picture. So you should be talking about each one of those pictures, such as if it was me, I would say this is a pen, here's a circle, and this looks like a square. And shapes are made of different things. And here it looks like we have an invitation. So I need you to go through each picture and talk about, perhaps name what each picture is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to circle each picture if it shows a shape. So if it shows a shape, I want you to circle it. And then I want you to say the name of each shape you circled. So first you're going to name all the shapes. Then you're going to go back and circle the shapes, each picture that shows a shape. So here I should see some circles. Here I should see some circles. And here I should see some circles. Remember, you're circling each picture if it shows a shape. After you finish circling each picture, you can color the pictures that you circled. Put your name on your papers at the very top where it says name. And here we're going to practice writing letter T. Letter T makes a T sound, as in turtle. You're going to pick up your pencil and make sure you follow all three lines to make uppercase T. And when we make lowercase t, we're going to fall right below the top line so that you can make lowercase t. We've already gone over t, so I should see straight line down, pick your pencil back up, pick it up, and strike across. Once again, you start at the dot, straight line down, trace back up, and strike across. They give you a starter point here, straight line down, trace your line back up, pick up your pencil, strike across. So I should see straight lines because they're giving you guidance right here where the dot is. So you want to put your pencil on the dot, straight line down, trace back up, pick up your pencil, and strike across. I should see you do the same thing for this row for uppercase T. Then when you write lowercase t, you want to start on the dot once again, same stroke, down, pick up, and strike through. Start on the dot, straight line down, pick up, strike through. So you need to practice writing lowercase t here. They're giving you a starter point, so I should see where you're starting at the point where they give you, right where the dot is, pull straight down and across. On this row, what you're going to do is the same thing. Follow the lines. Follow the lines. What I don't see is enough room for you to do your 2-finger spacing. So if you don't have enough to do 2-finger spacing on this page because they give you the dots, that should guide you. Miss Jones should not see lowercase t's in between the dots. I want you to follow the dot as they have here on your paper. Once you're done, flip your packet over to the next page. Okay. Now after finish practice your T, you need to flip your packet over and see this page here. What you're going to do is say the name of each one of the pictures. Write the letter that begins with each picture name. For example, this is an at. So what you see here is a letter A. Why do they have letter A here? If this is the picture at, what letter do you hear at the beginning of the word at? You should hear letter A. That's why they have a letter A here, because A is at the beginning of this picture here. The picture is an ant. What I need you to do is move on to the next picture. This is a 6. What letter begins with 6? Write the letter that begins with 6. Here in the star row, you have a mirror. What letter do you hear at the beginning of the word mirror? Say it. Our next picture is a picture of an astronaut. Astronaut. What letter do you hear at the beginning of the word astronaut? Write the letter that begins with astronaut. Next, go get her. On the tree row, you have 2 pictures. Go get her. Come on. Go get Shari. We have a pen and an alligator. You say it. Write the letter that begins with pen. Write the letter that you hear at the beginning of astronaut. At the beginning of alligator. You're going to write the letter here neatly. Then do the bottom row. You have a sock. You have a broom. If you need to rewind so that you can hear the name of each picture, if you don't know, please do so. Once you are done, what you're going to do is peel your page back so that you can be on the next page. Make sure your name is at the top of your paper. Here I'm going to ask you some comprehension questions. So let's start with the row that has an apple. We're looking for key details. My first question is, which bugs fly? Which bugs fly? You're going to circle the pictures of the bugs that fly. Let's look at the picture where the star is. The question is, which bugs crawl? Look at the 3 pictures. Circle the pictures of the bugs that crawl. The third row, where you see the tree. The question is, which bugs hop? Which bugs hop? Circle the picture of the bugs that hop. Once you are done, you may color the pictures that you circled. Make sure your name is at the top. You're going to flip your packet over and you should see this page here. On this page, we have lots of pictures. Before we move on, I would like for you to put your name on your paper. Make sure your name is on your paper. Then what I would like for you to do is look at each picture and write the letter that you hear at the beginning of each picture, just like we did on our other worksheet. Here you have a suitcase. What letter would we put at here that begins with suitcase? Next we have an alligator. Alligator. Mitten. You say it. Tiger. You repeat. Tiger. Mask. Mask. Write the letter you hear. Right in the box. Sailboat. Say the word. Sailboat. What do you hear at the beginning of sailboat? Pail. Pail. Saw. Saw. Anchor. Anchor. Table. Table. I should hear you repeat the words after I say them. Then you write the letter. Penguin. Penguin. Monkey. Monkey. Once you are done, I should see letters at the bottom of each one of the pages. Once you have your letters at the bottom, you can go back and color each picture. Again, make sure your name is at the top of your paper. Once you have done all of those directions, what you may do now is move on and find the next page. Okay. What you need to do is make sure you flip your packet over and you should see this page here. And what we're going to do here is review our high frequency words. Our words are the, a, see, we, and like. What I would like for you to do is read your book. It's called, the title of your book is See the Bugs. At the end of the title, there's a punctuation mark. We talked about it earlier. It's an exclamation mark. So we should read the title just like the author intended. So let's read it again. See the bugs. What we're going to do is go through each one of our sentences. I would like for you to practice reading each of your sentences. And after you finish reading each one of your sentences, then you may go back and color your book. Name on your paper at the very top. Here we're going to make sure we know about our movement words. What I would like for you to do is look at each one of your pictures. Think about each one of your pictures. And then what you're going to do is put an X on each picture if it shows movement. For example, I see a girl swimming. I see a deer, looks like he's leaping. And I also see a glove, looks like a boxing glove. So I asked myself, which one of these pictures shows movement? Well, I know if I get in the water, in order for me to stay above the water, I must move my arms and I must move my legs. And here in the picture, it shows that the girl is moving her arms when she swims. So I need to put an X on that picture because it shows movement. Next to that picture is a picture of, it looks like, I want to say a deer, but it could be another animal. And it shows that the deer is maybe leaping or galloping, but we know that it is moving. So make sure you put an X on the picture of the animal because it is moving. You're going to do the same thing for the row where you see the star. You see a peanut, you see a bumblebee, and you see a monkey that is swinging in a tree. Which picture shows the monkey swinging? Which picture shows movement? Put an X on the picture that shows movement. Let's move to the next row. The next row shows a dog, an apple, and a cat. Put an X on the pictures that show movement. At the top of this paper, in order to find this paper, you need to peel back the page that you just completed. At the top, you have 3 words. M-at, M-ap, S-ap, sap. We have mat, map, and sap. Put down your pencil and let's see you stretch those 3 words. Once you finish practicing stretching those 3 words, what I would like for you to do is blend them, and then we're going to write the word. Here's a picture of a M-app, a map, M-app. Now let's blend it together. M-at, mat. Now I want you to write mat, M-A-T. We're going to do the same thing for the next 2 pictures. Here you have a map, and at the bottom, what you see here coming out of the tree is sap. Sap comes out of a tree. So I need to hear you blend M-app, and I need to hear you blend S-app. Once I see you stretching that arm and blending it, then you may write the word on the lines. Do the same thing that you did with your other words. You're going to blend the sounds and say the word, and then you're going to write the word, and then you're going to repeat the word. I should see where you have stretched your arm. I should hear you blending each sound that you hear in the word. Once you are done, you're going to peel the page back till you get to the last page. Once you get to the last page, you're going to say the name of each one of the pictures once again, and then you're going to blend them. After you finish blending, then you're going to write the word. Once you are done completing your whole entire packet, be sure to color neatly. Everything should not be the same color. Make sure everything is nice and neat. I do hope that you have a successful workout with listening to Ms. Jones and completing all of your assignments.